In this episode of 10 Best Ones, we are going to check out the top 5 best desktops in 2018. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability and more. If you want to see the price and find out more information about these desktops, you can check out the links down in the description and the comment section below. Okay, so, let's get started with the video. At number 5, we have the Asus Zen ZN-242. The Asus Zen ZN-242 would be an ideal option for you, if you're looking for an all-in-one desktop PC that combines touchscreen capabilities with a reliable hardware that will equip you with versatile capabilities. This unit has an attractive, Zen-inspired design which is heavily appreciated by the users on the market, since each Asus product that shares this design, looks absolutely brilliant. In addition, the 23.8-inch cabinet is fairly slim and houses a frameless Nanoge display that is followed by a 2mm bezel which will offer you a large, undistracted view that is virtually equivalent to those given by cabinet with a larger size. At the bottom, you can notice the metal stand that shares the same aesthetics as the cabinet, however, even it may not look sturdy, trust me it is, since numerous users have reported that it keeps the cabinet really stable as you're making tilt adjustments. Speaking of the connection ports, this model integrates 3 USB 3.1 Gen 2 ports, an SD card reader, 1 USB 3.1 Gen 1 port, an HDMI 2.0 output, a headphone jack, microphone jack, so you will be really well covered. Moving on, this unit is armed with a quality hardware as well, starting from its Intel Core i7-8750H processor, the 8GB of DDR4 RAM, 1TB hard drive, 128GB SSD and the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 graphics, that makes this unit suitable for both professional and gaming needs. If you prefer to use it for your professional needs, then I'd like you to know that you will be really satisfied with this product, due to the fact that the hardware makes it run smoothly, and since it has a touchscreen display that supports 10-point multi-touch, it means that you can use your finger or stylus if your duty requires something similar. Last but not least, users have reported that this unit can output quality visuals as well, and they are actually right, because the ZN-242 supports up to 100% of the sRGB color gamut, and uses the Asus Splendid technology which optimizes the visual quality upon the content you see. To conclude, the ZN-242 deserves your attention, because it offers a great value for its cost. Moving on, at number 4, we have the Acer Aspire S24. The Acer Aspire S24 is an affordable all-in-one desktop PC that is oriented towards busy offices who need a reliable and fast desktop that is capable enough to ensure a higher level of productivity. This particular model looks Indid premium, starting from the black and gold color scheme, and up to its surprisingly thin 23.8-inch borderless IPS display that has a strikingly narrow bezel which will provide you a greater viewing space of every content you want to see. At the bottom, there is the ergonomic stand which will ensure a higher level of stability, as you're making tilt adjustments from -5 to 25 degrees, but what's also interesting about the stand is the fact that it can recharge your Qi-enabled mobile devices if you put them on the top of the charging area. In addition, on the left edge of the base, you can see the presence of 2 USB 3.1 ports, a USB-C port with no Thunderbolt support, a gold power button and a full-size SD card reader, while around the rear, there is an HDMI output, an Ethernet jack, an HDMI input and yet another USB 3.1 port. On the right, you can also find a USB 2.0 port, a Kensington locking slot, and an audio port, so as you can see, they are indeed numerous. Moreover, the Aspire S24 integrates an Intel Core i5-8250U processor, 12GB DDR4 memory, 1TB hard drive, and an Intel UHD Graphics 620 which is more than enough for having an effective office work even though it lacks an SSD. I would also like to mention that screen will greatly reduce the chances of getting an eye fatigues as well, which is really important since we are working for a long period of time with our screen placed in front of us. To be more precise, Acer has used their Blue Light Shield, flickerless technology and the Vision Care which will heavily protect your eyes from the emission of blue lights. For your information, the screen is IPS and has a full HD resolution, meaning that you will always have a clear sight of everything you're doing in a particular moment. To conclude, if you're looking for an affordable, yet quality desktop, then this is the one for you. Next up, at number 3, we have the HP Envy 34. The HP Envy 34 would be a perfect option for everyone who wants to taste the benefits of having a curved all-in-one desktop that is armed with a powerful hardware, which makes this unit be suitable for virtually any use. Design-wise, the Envy 34 houses a large 34-inch, ultra-wide curved screen finished in dark gray, a color that is suitable for any office or room decor, so aside of the visuals you will experience, you also won't stop admiring the screen's beauty while being placed on your desk. In addition, the cabinet is supported by a thin, yet sturdy chromed metal arm that is attached on the large base, and for your information, you can only make a bit of up and down tilt adjustments, which is understandable though. Moving on, the base has multiple purposes, which is really interesting, because it can act as a sound base due to the fact that keeps quad 8-watt speakers and dual passive bass radiators that are tuned by Bang & Olufsen, holds the connection ports and has built-in wireless charging for mobiles. The connection ports consist of a headset jack, a USB-C port with Thunderbolt 3, an SD card reader, an AC adapter, an Ethernet port, 4 USB 3.0 ports, an HDMI in port, an HDMI out port, a button for switching the HDMI source, which by default means that you will never have any problems in terms of expandability. Speaking of the hardware, this unit has 16 GB of RAM, 1 TB hard drive, 256 GB SSD, an AMD Radeon RX 460 graphics card, and a quad-core Intel i7 7700T processor that will ensure you fast booting times, and an opportunity to run dozens of apps and tasks at the same time without noticing lags at all. Last but not least, the visuals produced by the screen look lifelike and exceptionally sharp, because there are almost 5 million pixels spread on the screen as the manufacturer claims, and when we add the resolution of 3440 by 1440 pixels, the aspect ratio of 21:9 and the IPS technology, it means that you can see consistent and accurate colors even from wide viewing angles. Overall, the HP Envy 34 is must-have because it looks as good as it performs. Moving on, at number 2, we have the Apple iMac MNDY2LL. The Apple iMac is a unique, all-in-one desktop PC that is among the most purchased products in its price range, and you've probably seen its name dozens of times on the internet as a highly suggested option, which definitely has to mean something, right? That's why, let's get straight into the action and reveal what's so special about it. First of all, I'd like to inform you that the iMac is available in multiple display and specs configuration, but keep in mind the one that we are currently reviewing comes with a 4K display. However, feel free to switch anytime you want, because iMac performs perfectly regardless of the edition you choose. This model has a neat, silver aluminum construction that is followed by tapered edges, 4 USB 3 ports, 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports that can handle data of up to 40 GB per second, a gigabit Ethernet port, a headphone jack and a SDXC card slot positioned on the rear, as well as an elegant, L-shaped stand that adds a modern look to this desktop. In addition, the screen itself has 500 nits of brightness, and produces exceptionally sharp visuals that are filled with vibrant and accurate colors, meaning that the iMac is suitable for both casual users and the professionals who are working with videos and photos. Now, let's take a look at the hardware. This particular model is equipped with a quad-core Intel Core i5 processor, has 8 GB of RAM, a hard drive of 1 TB, and has a Radeon Pro 555 graphics card with 2 GB of video memory. So when we analyze these specs closely and add the macOS, it means that you can run dozens of apps smoothly and do many tasks at once. For instance, if you're a video editor, this unit will let you edit multicam projects in the Final Pro Cut X app, with up to 5 streams of full-resolution 4K video thanks to its tremendously good rendering capabilities. To conclude, I strongly recommend you consider this desktop PC, and if you ever decide to purchase it, you will never regret that decision. And finally, at number 1, we have the Microsoft Surface Studio. The Microsoft Surface Studio would be an extremely good choice, if you're an artist who wants to invest in an all-in-one desktop that will let you express your creative potential through apps or by drawing on the screen itself. This desktop looks overwhelming, regardless of your viewing perspective, due to the fact that the display and the hinge do look minimalistic and modern, exactly as you'd like. If you view from the front, you can instantly notice the 28-inch pixel-dense display that is surrounded by a thick black bezel, and as you're moving down, you will immediately notice that the screen is connected to the base through a so-called zero-gravity hinge which will let you transform this desktop to an enormous tablet. In addition, all the connection ports are positioned on the back of the base, and they include 4 USB 3.0 ports, a mini DisplayPort, an Ethernet port, an SD card reader, and a headset jack. Moreover, this particular model packs an Intel Core i5 processor, has 8GB of RAM, a hard drive of 1GB, 64GB SSD and has a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960M graphics card which will drastically ease your work with photos and videos. On the other side, these specs are sufficient for working with various apps and tools including Photoshop, SolidWorks, Adobe Premiere, without dealing with occurrences of lags, but feel free to switch if you require different specs. When it comes to the screen itself, I'd like to mention that it has over 13.5 million pixels, produces sharp texts and images, and when we add the fact that you can express yourself with painting, without a doubt, I can say that you will definitely have an amazing time with this desktop. Another great thing about this desktop is that it is shipped with a wide set of accessories, including the Microsoft Surface keyboard, mouse and pen, so from the moment you take it out of its box, you can immediately start using this desktop without having to purchase anything additionally. Overall, I'd recommend you seriously consider the Microsoft Surface Studio, because it is powerful and innovative, so check it out and assure yourself of its quality. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future, and if you have any questions related to these desktops, you can leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.